Nobody warns you about the comfortable trap. The dangerous ones are easy to spot. The reckless spending, the gambling, the impulse buys. But there's another version of financial self-destruction that looks nothing like those things. It looks like a steady job, a leased SUV, a decent apartment, weekend dinners out, and a streaming subscription you forget you have. It looks, from the outside, like someone doing just fine. The problem with a lifestyle that feels safe is that it rarely asks you to question it. It just continues. Month after month, the paycheck arrives, the bills get paid, the balance stays roughly where it was, and life moves forward without friction. That absence of friction is exactly what makes it dangerous. There's a version of financial life that millions of people are living right now that is not reckless by any conventional measure. No maxed out credit cards, no missed payments, no dramatic debt spiral. Just a quiet, consistent pattern of spending that consumes almost everything that comes in and leaves almost nothing behind. It's called the comfortable drain. And it doesn't feel like a drain at all. It feels like living. Consider what the average responsible adult life actually costs to maintain. You have housing, rent, or a mortgage that likely represents the upper range of what was approved, not what was wise. You have a car payment, possibly two. Insurance on both. Subscriptions that you signed up for one by one over years. Each one costing less than a dinner out, so each one felt harmless. A gym membership used occasionally. A food delivery habit that started during a rough week and never stopped. Clothing that keeps up with the slow drift of what looks current. Dining out as a form of social connection, rest, and reward. Each one of these, in isolation, is defensible, reasonable even. But together, they form a structure, and that structure has a purpose. Its purpose is to consume income. The architecture of modern consumer life is not designed around your financial future. It's designed around your present comfort and your social legibility. The question it asks you every month is not, are you building anything? The question it asks is, are you keeping up? And most people answer yes. They keep up. They look fine. They feel mostly fine. And they drift, slowly, invisibly, further from any real financial ground. Here's what makes this particularly difficult to see. The lifestyle that drains you slowly is often the same lifestyle that earns you social approval.
And put together.
When you drive a reliable car, live in a nice area, dress appropriately, and say yes to dinners and trips, people read you as successful, stable, put together. The external signal is positive, even when the internal reality is fragile. That gap between how things look and how they actually are is where the drain lives. The irony is that real financial stability tends to look quieter. It looks like someone who drives the same car for 10 years without embarrassment. Someone who doesn't upgrade their apartment every time their income goes up. Someone who says no to things regularly, not out of deprivation, but out of clarity. The financially stable person has usually made an internal decision that most people around them would find difficult to explain. They've decided that the appearance of wealth matters less than the actual accumulation of it. But that decision doesn't come naturally in a culture that constantly prices belonging and status into your monthly expenses. Think about the concept of lifestyle inflation, the tendency for spending to rise in direct proportion to income. It's one of the most well-documented patterns in personal finance, and it operates almost automatically. You earn more, so you allow yourself more. The apartment gets bigger, the car gets newer, the vacations get longer. None of it feels like recklessness. All of it feels earned. But the math doesn't change just because the behavior feels justified. Money spent is still money not invested, not saved, not working. The person earning 60,000 and saving 10% is building something. The person earning 120,000 and saving nothing is standing still on an expensive treadmill. What makes the comfortable lifestyle so persistent is that it doesn't create pain signals. Real financial stress, debt collectors, overdraft fees, genuine scarcity creates pressure that forces behavior change. But the comfortable drain is painless by design. You're not suffering, you're just not progressing. And because there's no acute crisis, there's no urgency to fix anything. Years pass. The income grows. The spending grows with it. And somewhere around the age of 40 or 45, the question quietly surfaces. Where did it all go? There's also a psychological mechanism at work here that doesn't get discussed enough. Spending on lifestyle is often a form of emotional regulation. The dinner out isn't just dinner, it's relief after a hard week. The new phone isn't just a device, it's a small reward after a long quarter. The vacation isn't just travel, it's proof to yourself that the work is worth it. These are real emotional needs. But when financial tools become emotional tools, they stop being evaluated on financial terms, and the bill continues to arrive regardless of the feeling that justified it. Auditing a lifestyle is uncomfortable precisely because it requires separating the emotional from the financial, and looking clearly at what each expense is actually doing, not what it feels like it's doing, what it's actually doing. Some expenses are genuinely valuable. Others are quiet liabilities dressed up as rewards. The work is learning to tell the difference, and being honest enough to act on that difference even when it's inconvenient. The exit from the comfortable drain doesn't require dramatic sacrifice. It doesn't require moving into a small apartment and never eating out again. It requires something harder: intentionality. Deciding what your money is actually for. Defining what enough looks like in each category of your life, and refusing to let the structure of modern consumer life make those decisions for you by default. Because the default is expensive, and the default is patient. It will wait decades to show you the result. The lifestyle that looks safe is only safe in one direction. It protects your social image while quietly eroding your future. The people who escape it don't do so by earning more. They do so by deciding, at some point, to stop letting comfort be the only standard. They start asking what they're actually building. And they let that question shape how they spend, not the other way around. That shift won't show up on the outside. It rarely does. But it shows up, eventually, in the one place that matters most. What's actually there when you need it?